What is the likely success rate for marriage counseling, and is it predictable? Hello, I'm Richard Chandler, a licensed professional counselor from St. Cloud, Minnesota, specializing in marriage therapy, men's issues, career, and business consulting. Although it is impossible to accurately predict whether or not marriage counseling will heal your relationship, there are predictive factors as shown through studies by the renowned marriage researcher John Gottman, PhD. In a recent study by the Iranian Journal of Psychiatry in May of 2018, Dr. Gottman's method for couples is evaluated. In their paper outlining their research, the authors list several critical factors Dr. John Gottman has identified as being essential for couples staying with their current romantic partner. Here's a summary of the main essential factors. A ratio of positive interactions of 5 positive or higher to every negative interaction. A willingness to share their inner world with their romantic partner, including thoughts, wants, and feelings. Mates express a high degree of interest in the inner life of their partner, including their mate's ideas, beliefs, emotions, hopes, and fears, and most importantly, how each person feels about the other. Both express appreciation and admiration for their partner. The relationship shows movement towards each other rather than distancing from each other. Criticism, defensiveness, words and gestures of contempt like eye-rolling or stonewalling behaviors like refusing to communicate are absent. And the couple devotes time and attention to increasing their friendship and emotional and physical intimacy. I teach all of these critical factors to my client couples. The success rate of couples in marriage therapy is dependent on the extent that both partners first commit to stopping relationship sabotaging behaviors despite how they have communicated and behaved in the past. And second, couples become dedicated to consistently engaging with each other through expressions of goodwill and positive communications and helpful actions. As a marriage therapist, I must know if chemical dependency is a factor in a couple's difficulties. My criteria for alcohol is the number of drinks, or 12 to 16-ounce beers, a person consistently drinks. Unless one of the couple already has had serious addiction problems, I'm not overly concerned that 1 or 2 drinks in a day will hinder the couple's progress. But in my view, any more than 2 drinks or beers in a day will prevent the couple from getting better. Here's why. First, in many instances, severe problems in the relationship such as angry outbursts, infidelity, and financial stress were contributed to by inebriation with alcohol, drugs, or marijuana. The spouse, and even the person with chemical dependency themselves, cannot trust that the same or similar problems will not reoccur if the substance dependency continues. Second, a big part of success in relationship therapy is increasing each partner's insight and their unimpaired access to their higher mental processes. When people use drugs that alter their mind or use alcohol at even low levels of inebriation, insight and access to higher mental processing is diminished. And diminished access sustains for weeks after an instance of inebriation. People who stop indulging often say that it took them 2 to 4 weeks before their mind completely cleared. Third, responsibility for making real change in behavior does not occur when a person chooses to escape rather than stay with the discomfort of changing their behavior. The habit of not facing one's problems, but instead escaping into inebriation, gives evidence for the person indulging and their mate that they are not ready and not willing to be accountable. My work as a counseling therapist is to encourage a rekindling of their romantic attraction and help the couple clear their barriers to long-term happiness. When mates are doing well together, they are sharing their lives as a romantic couple rather than having most of their identity and energy tied up in being mom and dad to pets as well as children, or grandma and grandpa. The ingredients for once again becoming a happy romantic couple are much the same as when the couple was courting each other. Those ingredients include new shared experiences, lots of talking with each other, a good deal of affection expressed physically and of course through sex. But when mates have distance between them, the opposite may be observed. First, the couple has stopped thinking of each other as their boyfriend or girlfriend. Instead, their identity is about kids or grandkids and no longer so much about each other. Second, there typically has been an absence of new adventures together, including travel, attending movies, plays, or concerts, and going out on dates. Third, in-depth conversation with each other have diminished or even stopped, other than when arguing. Fourth, frequent touch, hugs, kisses, hand-holding, and body closeness is at a low level, if it is happening at all. Fifth, the couple has a low-sex or no-sex marriage. And sixth, inside distance between the unhappy couple contributes to outside intimacy, which is an openness to another person outside of the marriage or partnership. This longing for friendship, adventure, affection, and sexual desire can render a romantic partner vulnerable to infidelity. Unless both people in the current relationship are committed to rekindling the romance that initially brought them together, the success rate of marriage counseling is likely to be on the low side. My work as a counseling therapist is to encourage this rekindling and help the romantic couple clear their barriers to long-term happiness. Inside distance is not the only contributing factor. In my work with couples who did not succeed in healing from infidelity, another significant factor has been loose boundaries. When working with a couple in which one of them had an affair, including inappropriate emotional entanglements, flirting, texting, Snapchatting, sexting, and messaging with another person, those harmful behaviors may have continued to some extent despite my emphasizing the importance of establishing ironclad boundaries to keep the primary relationship safe. The offending partner has kept up some level of inappropriate communications with the people outside of the romantic partnership. Those sustained loose boundaries may be due to several factors that I explore with the couple. But unless the partner with loose boundaries stops the behavior, the couple's counseling will not succeed in healing the romantic relationship. When there are very different perspectives or some problematic history, such as infidelity, to work through, the education, experience, skill, and neutrality of the couple's counselor is a significant factor for helping the couple to once again be happy with each other. The marriage therapist must remain neutral in order for both partners to trust in the process of couples counseling. This is not easy to do, but the professional and effective therapist is committed to doing so. In the phone consultation that I often do with one or both partners, before scheduling the first session, questions about my credentials and experience are sometimes asked. A common question is whether or not I am currently married. The answer is yes. I am and have been happily married since 1995. Before getting married, we also lived together for 3 years. In addition to that, we dated the last year and a half of high school and the first year and a half of college. So altogether, we have decades of being mates. My marriage and romantic partnership with Bonnie Chandler is not my only experience of being married. When I was in my early 20s, I had a year of living together, followed by a 15-year marriage that included having 3 children, who have been adults for many years. My experience of being in a marriage that did not work out, alongside of my current happy and fulfilling romantic partnership, informs my work with couples. Of all the variables for long-term success, in my view, the commitment to do things differently, as evidenced by real action, is the most critical one for determining the success rate of couples counseling. Without the willingness to do things differently, and that willingness proved by observable action, none of the other factors will lead to real change. What I have observed many couples doing is to complain about their partner, insisting that he or she must change, but only pointing out what their mate needs to do without taking responsibility for their own communications and behavior will not lead to success in renewing the relationship through marriage therapy. There are many more variables that impact how well couples therapy will work for you and your mate. There are 8 more significant factors that I have found in my couples counseling practice that I plan to present in another video. I hope this video has been helpful for you to understand the factors that impact the success rate for marriage counseling therapy. I welcome your comments. Other viewers of this video might also be interested in hearing your thoughts on receiving marriage counseling. Please leave a comment. I read and respond to all comments. Please also like this video and subscribe to my counseling therapy channel. Doing so helps this video to show up for others looking for more information on counseling therapy. Thank you for watching.